years at Headstart. I am also a product and a community consultant. I work with a bunch of startups in the D2C, Web3, and EdTech space around building communities and helping them build better experiences and products. I've been Headstart for a little over 4 years, and being a community enthusiast, I've been pushing to get this done, and I'm really happy to see a superb cohort of community professionals getting together to upskill. So I'm really glad everyone is here. Over to you, Vinny.
Hi guys, I'm Vineet. I'm a community strategist and podcast host. I help companies integrate community the strategy for growth. So since 2015, I have been in the startup and the community space, and since that time on Headstart from Hyderabad, been part of 1-2 Startup Saturdays as a attendee, and right now happy to be part of this cohort as a mentor and sharing this. Harshita, you are next.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Harshita. So currently I'm working as a community manager at Pool Kanya, and apart from that, I love building communities, managing them, and I also run a podcast. I have also done a talk series in the past, and now I'm actually looking forward to learn more about the community management industry, and I think this cohort would help me a lot. So thank you and looking forward to it.
Wonderful. Who's next?
So, hi everyone. Very good afternoon, and thank you to be part of here. Hey Gautam, glad to be connected in this forum as well. I think it's been a while since we met in Hyderabad. So, I'm Yogi. So I have been part of the Target Accelerator, where leading the cohort 9. So I have been part of the startup innovation space for close to about 7.5 years. So I have led community initiatives as well. Even prior to Target, I was being with T-Hub. So I was leading the community program there. So here I'm playing more of a program manager as well as the community manager at Target as well. That's a quick overview.
Hi everyone, this is Shruti. I run a company called D2C Insider, where we have some 1,500 D2C founders. We started this community 4.5 years back. And right now, I think we have almost 99.9% founders as a part of the community. Apart from that, we also run a community of angels group, and Gautam and many people from, you can see here, are the part of it. Happy to be the part of this cohort, and I'm very excited to meet, because when you meet new folks, you also get to learn too many things, apart from what you know. And what you know gets boring at one point of time. So happy to connect, happy to meet, and I'm very excited for this cohort. All the best, and hope we all will learn something from each other together. Thank you.
Thanks, Shruti. Who's Adi? You've not had your introduction.
Hi, so I can go next. My name is Adi. I lead the government initiatives and youth programs at Startup Weather. But apart from my work, I am into coffee. I do host a lot of coffee workshops in the city, in Mumbai and Pune. I have a coffee podcast where I interview a lot of coffee professionals, right from estate owners, producers, roasters, and even consumers. And right now I've been venturing into people who just love to talk over a cup of coffee. And I do a lot of cupping sessions for brands like Blue Tokai, Sapco, and many others. So I've been trying to build a community around coffee, and I think and that's my plan. And looking forward to learn a lot of things from you guys.
I think you should be the next guest on his podcast.
For sure.
That's everything. I always love a coffee enthusiast, man. Nothing.
No, and Vasish, you know what? You be the one who's identifying who's not had an intro yet. Ideally, it should never be that way. On a community manager's group, you need to be the first one to say, "Hey, I'm next," and go up.
Yes. So I'm going to pass it on to Yashna.
Hi everyone. I think pretty nascent in the community building area. Personally, I have been working with an organization where we help organization build habits and solve problems through habits. And otherwise, I'm primarily here because I'm very passionate about solving for emotional abuse issues. And I've had a small community that I ran for around 1 year or so while I was actually doing my master's, where we help build preventive strategies on how emotional abuse can be prevented and how families can build safer atmosphere for their kids and people around them for emotional abuse. So I'm here to actually learn more about how one can be actually a possible community leader and create social impact in a longer sustainable way. So that's what I'm here for. Really looking forward to learning a lot of things from all you guys here. I think I'm actually excited that all of you have been in the space for a longer time, and I'm really looking forward to learning from all you guys. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Superb. Shrey?
Yeah, I was just waiting for my chance because I might have to leave in like next 4-5 minutes. So yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Shrey. I'm building communities from last 3 years, so I'm pretty old in this space. This year I started working with an organization as known as Grow School. I feel like Vasisht know this thing because we share the same C3 community space. So yeah, I have been building certain communities. So previously last month I started working on tech communities. So we scaled that community from 1 people to now they have like 3,000 people in like span of 1.5 months. I was working with a Web3 community. We scaled the Web3 community from like 1 person to 10,000 people in like span of 6 months. So this is something which I do. We have Angel community also and UI and UX community, which are my personal favorite communities, which I've been working on. Not able to crack that area, but still looking forward to crack that in sometime soon with the help of you all. And yeah, this is all about me. Looking forward to learn something new from you all because I feel like whatever I know is old school at this point of time and nothing is working out for me. So I'm just looking forward to learn something new and work on that part too. Cool. Thank you, everyone.
You just mentioned a bunch of things you've been killing at. So I don't think nothing is working out for you. I think lots of things are working. It's not always.
So the problem which I'm facing at this point of time because I've been in community space. Now I'm venturing onto the sponsorship space, looking forward and going out and bringing sponsors. And that area is like, fuck, that's too much of things required to be done.
Yeah. I think Shrey sticking around will really help you understand these things. So we're covering all of that in the next few hours for sure. I want to jump to Meenal. Hi, Meenal.
Ashita, they've raised 5 million. They don't need sponsorship at the moment. Right?
That's a different conversation.
That's a different
conversation. We shouldn't
raised it, community didn't.
Sorry.
Company raised it, community didn't. So yeah, that's a part.
If the recording wasn't there, I would love to go deeper on this one. Yeah.
We'll go for sure. Meenal, you want to go next quickly?
Yeah, hi, my name is Meenal Kothari. I'm a co-founder for Millennium Divas, and we are a global community for women entrepreneurs, only for women entrepreneurs, and a tech platform to engage with mentors and the investors. So that's the intro for me.
Perfect. Awesome.
Looking forward for the...
Always have a soft spot for founder communities. Anupam, you want to go next?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Hi. Hello, beautiful folks. This is Anupam. I work for CIIT Hyderabad, looking after investments and government relations there. I started my journey in the startup ecosystem as a community manager only. I used to lead a social impact community by the name of Misfits and have been a part of Headstart Hyderabad, TEDx Hyderabad, Startup Grind Jammu. And I'm here to, explore more about community building activities so that I can also initiate a community here at IIIT Hyderabad, specifically tech community. So, yeah.
Amazing. Superb. I want to jump to Molly next.
Hello. It's so lovely to see everyone. So I'm dialing in from London, the UK, so slightly earlier in the day. So this community is literally come at such a perfect time for me because I'm in the process of launching 2 new communities, one of which is part of the Global Shapers community, which is affiliated with the World Economic Forum, where they have hubs all over the world. So I'm launching a new hub in London, which is for young people to basically do community change and action. So it's a volunteering community. And then on the side, I'm also launching a social enterprise called Impactic Volunteers, which combines upskilling and data analytics with using your charity days and your volunteering days to support charities who are kind of under-resourced in the data analytics space. So launching kind of 2 things at similar times. That's why I thought this would be an amazing opportunity, and it's just so great to meet you all today.
Awesome. Glad to have you here. Superb. Thank you for joining us. Next, I will go to Sampada.
Hi, thank you so much, Ushish. First of all, apologize for being late to the meeting. I am joining from a co device and there was some issue joining via Zoom. I'm from Google, by the way, so we use Google Meet and hence issues. But I am Sampada. I'm startup and VC I am startup and VC partnerships manager at Google. Interestingly, I met Suhas for the very same reason why I am here a few days back. So I am leading all women founder related initiatives at Google India, and we're trying to build a community for women founders to enable networking and mentorship opportunities for them. So, my reason for being here today is to learn from all of you about the art and science of building communities. So, looking forward to a lot of learning from all of you in the next few weeks. Thank you.
Awesome. That's super cool. I want to go to Anga. Anga, am I pronouncing it right?
Anagha.
Anagha.
Anaga. Okay, Anaga. Cool.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, again, sorry for being late. I am on the BITS campus. BITS Wi-Fi is not the best. Uh, and yeah, cool. So I am a student at BITS. I'm in my third year and I'm building an organization called Yours Mindfully, and we focus on making mental health resources accessible to young people. Have been working on this since 2019, but it's very recently that we sort of decided to start building a community around this. And so we want to be able to build a virtual community where like everyone's very comfortable about speaking about mental health, to share resources on mental health, and share events and opportunities in the mental health space. So that's the kind of community that I'm hoping to build, and hoping to take away a lot from here, from each one of you. Also, I feel like I'm the youngest person in the room, which gives me the leeway to ask questions all the time and pester people around. So yeah, super excited.
Always a good feeling, no?
Awesome. Which campus are you from in BITS? Pilani
Goa.
campus. The Goa. Oh, the fun camp. Super. Awesome. We have Adi.
Hi,
Adi?
I think I did interview.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think who's left is Aditya, Abhijit, Suhas,
Aditya and
Raki.
Abhijit.
Raki,
Suhas.
have you done? Is Raki done?
Yeah.
Raki is done.
Raki is not done. Raki was
So
left.
Raki, you can go. And then we have Aditya, Abhijit, and Suhas.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm the founder of a D2C community co-created brand for skincare that is completely, specially, exclusively made for the Gen Z audience. So we make skincare products which are co-created with the community of Gen Z. And so here I am, here to learn and explore possibilities and collaborations with everybody.
Amazing. Super. Aditya Kriti, you here? Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Can you
Hello,
on video?
everyone.
Can you try switching on a video?
Actually, power shortage is my side. So
Oh,
Thunderworm
not an
is
issue.
started in
Cool.
the morning, so I'll manage somehow to be in the meet and very excited. So
Perfect. Awesome.
So I'm building a community of health, health community and health clubs across India, and currently is residing in Patna, Bihar. To start it from here only. And the thing is like that everyone is building in the tech sector and exploring the things, but the health is the one which keeps us 24/7 into 365 days. So making this beautifully to each and everyone in the country for the masses. So we should get connected with the free healthcare resources and the education.
Perfect. Awesome, man. So I'll go over to Suhas. So as everyone knows, today's session is Suhas sharing his expertise with us on tools, metrics, and KPIs. So I recently only connected with Suhas personally, but I've been following his work for a really long time. The work he's done at the product folks and the way he has built a community on Slack of all the platforms is just something I admired the most. I was like, this guy is impressive. He's building a community in Slack of all the places and not a WhatsApp group again. I think this is a community I want to check out, and the work they do is just amazing. And now I'm a big fan of his in LinkedIn also. The kind of content that comes from his cohorts are amazing. So I wanted to bring him in today just to share his opinions on the tools, the metrics, and the KPI, where he comes from, his expertise. He has built communities on almost all platforms, and I want him to just share that with us. So yeah, so today is all about Suhas's session. So we were speaking last night also, thinking about how to make it fun, and Suhas and I felt that we could make it a case study basis thing. So I would love for all of you to be very participative. Share your challenges, share the platforms you're working on, share what you are doing, so that it becomes a more interactive session and not a preachy session where it's just coming from one person to the other, and make it more of a co-sharing, co-learning space for all of us. Hey Abhijit.
Hey, hi. Sorry, I don't know what was
We're
happening.
not gonna let you speak. I'm sorry. Something that's rule number 1, rule number 100 in my wherever I am. You don't speak when you drive.
No,
We saw you, Abhijit.
I'm not driving. I've just stopped my car right now.
So Anupam will take a screenshot. Abhijit joined. You're not speaking while driving.
Absolutely, I'm hands off.
I know Shruti's, seen me do that.
Yeah.
So
This is Gautam's pet peeve. People driving and joining video calls.
No, but I think to be honest, wonderful start. Amazing to hear all of you. Very diverse communities that you're all building. Very different cities that everyone's coming from. I go with what Suhas has right behind him. Good vibes. I think everything is really set for today's session and for the rest of the cohort, right? In fact, there's a reason why we're doing this. We felt there was so much happening in the community space. All of us want to learn from each other. At Headstart, we always said time to start up is now. I think that's so true, especially in the community space. Time to start is now. If you haven't started, it's already late. And that's where it's time for all of us to come together in helping each other learn from, the mistakes we've done and we've gone through, right? And that's something that's extremely important in these next 4 weeks. Just wanted to call it out again. We've got amazing mentors that are going to be there through these 4 weeks. While they will share their learnings, each of us run a different community. And it's our responsibility to ensure that, we are able to engage and interact and ask them the questions, right? It's impossible for them to think from 10 different communities. So the purpose that, that drives us to drive a community is very different. So take it on you to extract as much as possible from all of us in this is what I could probably say on behalf of Suhas, on behalf of Vineet, on behalf of Shruti, Vasish, everyone, right? So all the best. And make good use of it, learn from each other also. And something I would love to really, tell is try to get to know everyone on this cohort. There were hundreds of people who had applied for this. Something that all of us didn't expect, to be honest. Vineet, Suhas, me, Vasish, Shruti, all of us, when we were starting this saying, let's get this started, we didn't expect that. It's so beautiful to see, which is probably a start of a lot more things that we'll do. But, there's a reason why only 20 have been picked, right? Initially, we said 10. But, the mentors here didn't have the heart to say no to a lot more people because you were doing some beautiful stuff. So there's a reason you are in the top 20 of the first cohort, which itself means there's something beautiful that each of you are doing, right? That's a validation. Now make good use of it. And, rule number 1, rule number 100, always keep giving first in a community, right? This, all of you know, as community managers already, we give first before we expect something out of, whether it's a community, whether it's each other. So the first thing we can do is actually hear all of us out. It doesn't stop with that 1 hour we do on Saturdays as a group session, right? Try setting up time with each other one-on-one, or the other participants, to get to know what is it that each of us run, right? Try going out of the way to see if we can help each other. I think I'm just setting out ground rules pointers here, which is going to be the culture that we set for this cohort. But over to you, Vasish and Suhas.
Thank you so much, Gautam. I will bring Suhas in. Gautam, can you just ping Suhas in the main thing, pin him, and give him screen share ability?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that right away.
So Suhas, the stage is all yours.
Awesome. Thanks so much, folks. First of all, I think huge shout out to you all for putting this together, right? It's always been, and in fact, I think we were brainstorming. We put together something called the Community Fund late last year. I think it was in the middle of the pandemic, so I think we haven't launched the second cohort yet, but on very similar vibes, right? And I think I always say this, Gautam and me have been brainstorming, Vasishta and me have been brainstorming, that we need more of these, right? There are so many of these startup accelerators. Why aren't there any community accelerators that we see, right? And essentially, you all have done a fantastic job at Headstart. I know it is year 15, if I'm not wrong. It's been a decade and a half, right? I think
Yes.
running a community for this long is the hardest. I will tell you more about how hard it is today. But yeah, I mean, huge kudos to everyone, right? They're volunteer driven across, almost all cities in India at least, right? You all have done, fantastic grassroots level stuff. And everyone who tuned in today, thanks for sharing your journeys. I think it's been fantastic. As we get started, I think I will share the agenda with you today. I'll quickly share my screen. But as I set it up, most of these virtual sessions have some tech glitches. So while we set that up, if you all can just share in the chat section which city you're from and what show you all are binging on. And meanwhile, I'll just quickly share my screen. This one definitely is the kickstart of this cohort that the team has put together. I think, again, like Gautam shared today, take the best opportunity. It is, the onus is on you, right? I think mentors here plus the team behind the scenes have put in their best effort, their foot forward to put together a program like this. But that is probably just 10% of the effort, right? Even after as much gyan, as we like to call it in India, that you can extract from here, but rest of it is on you, right? So making friends between yourselves that will enable partnerships in the future, maybe some tips and tricks that you pick up from different experiences, so playbooks essentially that you can curate on your own. And yeah, lastly, don't forget to make friends as you go through this. Agenda for today's session. I know some of you all are early in your journey, some of you all have built communities for a long time. I'll quickly just maybe a quick poll check there also. Have you guys heard about the product, folks? If not, I'd love to share a little bit about the journey. So folks who haven't heard about it, how we started, and maybe for that bit, I'll request Vasishtha to also switch off the recording so I can tell you some things which I wouldn't have been able to share on the record.
By the way, Suhas,
yeah.
you have host control. Turn recording off whenever you want to. Be as candid as you want.
At least during the journey, I really want to see. This is one thing I want to do, since it's a nice little safe space, and I'll tell you difference on the record and off the record also. You'll know it. I don't even have to tell you, because I want to really share there are hardships, right? That's how we'll all connect. Let's talk about that also, so that's why you'll feel like, okay, hey, why are partnerships so important? Why is it important for us to support each other? Why didn't something like this, like all of us at the end of this will wish, okay, hey, something like this should have existed years ago, right? And I know everyone who's been building communities for years, this is where you find the true value of a community club like this, right? It's going to become a club. It's starting off with a cohort, but essentially as and when you have more cohorts coming together, you never know, maybe the 100 top community. I always say product because all the time I'm doing product, but what I meant, the 100 top community managers coming together, right? That is powerful, right? So for today, I'll share a little bit about our journey. That maybe and there, if you have any questions, if you relate with something, I'd love to take them up. Then quickly go deeper into tooling and metrics for this session, right? So maybe won't spend too much time on the other aspects of community building, but happy to take that up in the AMA, right? Again, I've named it apolitical because we're not recording this. So please feel free. Even if I don't know an answer, I'm sure there are other senior folks here who will be able to take it up, right? So I think Anagha shared early on that, feel free to ask any kind of questions you have. That's what this session is all about, right? So quickly getting started. If you have any questions, feel free to pause me anytime. I started my journey building smaller communities, contributing to other communities. Today, along with my full-time job, I run India's largest product community. And along with that, we've also started one of India's fastest growing Web3 communities. Very, very deep in the product space right now, and hope to replicate that in the Web3 space. A side project that I started last year, I love to highlight this because it's just going to cross 1 million downloads, and it's only 2 of us. So I think that is something I'm super proud of. But yeah, I've been dabbling on a bunch of side projects. I recently moved back from Europe, so if anyone's in and around, and I'm probably traveling there again next month, right? So if y'all are in any of these geographies, I'd love to grab coffee with any of y'all. I love building communities. My full time is on product and growth. So if y'all need any help on any of these fronts specifically, I'd love to jam. I'd love to help out. And if it's outside of this domain also, I'm sure I'd love to put you in touch with people who can help. I might not be the best person there, but I'd love to put you in touch with people who can. that's a quick intro. Some of the communities I've been part of. I'll go deeper into TPF because that's one that has grown, and I think definitely some learnings there which I wish I knew when we started. And maybe more applicable to today's day and age, right? So this started pre-pandemic. Lots has changed in the pandemic. We've seen so many digital first communities today. What are the differences between digital first, offline first, hybrid communities? And I'll pull Gautam also in that time, Vashishta, and so we'll listen from different perspectives. I will share a little bit about just before we get started, right? So your mileage may vary, right? I love to say this in front of all of you, and I keep this as a disclaimer on every session that I go to. Like Gautam shared, I think the time to start a community was yesterday, right? So it's never too late, but also communities take a long maturity period is much longer, right? So it'll take you anywhere between 6 to 12 months before even you start seeing any results. So that's probably why he said, okay, if you have an idea in mind, just get started, right? Like you can figure out things on the go. Though all of us have some of the other communities, some of the other tribe that we want to connect with. Don't hold back, right? Don't wait for that perfect day, because that perfect day is never coming, right? So just get started in the smallest capacity, and I can assure you'll figure out things on the way. That said, I think just like this session, there's tons and tons of content available today. Maybe wasn't available 2-3 years ago also, but today there are books, podcasts, blogs, playbooks, all of it available. Definitely take inspiration, right? Lots of interesting insights from there that you can learn from, so that at least you don't repeat that, so that at least you have better knowledge. Many times it's just a exposure problem, right? There's just so much happening so fast that we don't know, right? But what if you could gather the best resources from different places and build your own playbook, right? That is the most important. The same playbook is never replicable across 2-3 different communities, but the base is replicable, right? If you're building a professional community, for example, the base is something that you can take from other professional communities, SaaS communities, consumer communities, right? We have someone here who leads one of India's top D2C communities, right? So if you're building something in the similar space, lots and lots of base layer insights that you can gather from here, right? And why build communities, right? Why is communities a rage today? I think most businesses, whether B2B or B2C, and I'm talking like not even just volunteer communities, right? Volunteer, there are lots of these for particular cause communities that happen because of a reason, but lots of B2B, B2C businesses have now realized the importance of communities, right? Different reasons for that, different ways that this entire industry has matured. So it is a moat, right? It is a super powerful moat. Lots of founders have realized it, and many of them are willing to invest time and effort there now, right? Which probably wasn't the case, at least from an India point of view, a couple of years back. Now I think they're willing to give it that time, effort, investment, etc. So it is not something that can be replicated. Most other things can be replicated. This is something that cannot be replicated. So these are just 2 things, but that's just a disclaimer. Many a time you might have something that's working for you, but you come across some content and think, okay, hey, this is working for them. Can I just pick this up? No, it's okay, right? There are some things that are working for you. Double down on that. There are some things that you can learn from other communities. Try taking the best and then putting it in your playbook, right? So that is the mileage.